Okay, so
Gang, gang.
hello, welcome. We are recording. What is this? Episode 3?
Episode 3.
Episode 3. It is Sunday, I don't know, is it the 19th? I'm so confused.
19th. Yeah, it is.
Of July. We have Yetiko,
Hey, hey.
uh, and myself. And today we have Mr. Koloway, not as good chip crunches as Funky, uh, joining us as a special guest. Ah, yes, English.
Yes, that's me.
English.
Oh,
Oh,
and
Lord.
don't forget his AC, the special guest.
My AP is also in attendance today. Let's go ahead. Hold on. Let me show you guys. Let me just. It is currently 95 degrees Fahrenheit outside. So that AC is very much keeping me alive.
I mean, like I almost got hit by a tornado. So fight me.
So we have to remind you all that normal people use the Celsius, not Fahrenheit. So can you
Oh, yeah.
translate it?
Yeah, Koloway.
My bad. I apologize to anyone who has to use Celsius. That is why I apologize. Not for using Fahrenheit, but because you have to use Celsius.
So you just apologize to everyone that's not American, basically. Way to go.
Oh, I also apologize on behalf of America.
For what?
Just for everything.
Accurate.
Alright.
It is
Fair enough.
36.1111 degrees Celsius.
That's a cool fact. I should write that down.
Yeah, you should. Because I will not understand Fahrenheit ever. I guess we should get started, shouldn't we?
Yeah. Okay, so first of all, welcome, Koloway.
Thank you. Also, goodbye, Koloway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Goodbye, Koloway. But that's for later. That's for later.
No, for those of you that don't know, Koloway is retiring today. It's his last day. I don't know
Thank
why he's
God.
retiring. He won't tell anybody.
I've told everyone all the reasons
He
why
has
I'm
told
retiring.
everyone.
I have literally told everyone why I'm retiring.
No, not that you are retiring, why you're retiring.
It's kind of a pick your own path adventure thing. Just fill in whatever reason you want.
Can
Well,
I pick that he found
fair
a
enough.
man's?
I don't. That's actually the one option you can't choose. That's not true.
Because Max is still here.
No comment.
Moving
Wow.
on.
Wow.
Ah, yes.
Okay.
Yeti, what were you gonna say?
So for Koloway, we have prepared some questions.
Oh, nice.
So first of all, why did you? Okay, no. Okay, why did you retire? Why did you choose to retire so soon after returning?
So, all right. There have been a few times I've kind of left ACP. I would say none of them are truly retirements. I'd say they're more so breaks or leaves. But I did ask to be dismissed from my position during all of those absences, just because I don't like sitting on the ranks and taking up space. I returned basically after an absence to kind of prove to myself that I still could get up to the high command position and work as a part of that team, because the HCOM that we have now, the high command team that we have now, worked very well together. And it was something pretty astonishing to see, because this is probably the most cohesive high command we've had since Revival. And I really was dying just to work with those guys and be a part of those team moments. So when you have people like Cubster, Robot, Orange, Zelly, and Kaylee working together, that's something you want to be a part of. So that is why I came back. And I've been telling people since I kind of got into ACP when it first revived that, hey, I'm going to have to leave sometime around June or July because of school. That was the plan always when I was leader, even when I retired a little bit earlier than that. That was always the plan to leave then. So just with school starting and work coming to a close and band commitments and everything else, it's time to close this chapter of my life and move on to something else.
Well, I think that's like great thing, moving on. I mean, and you have done a lot of work for not only for ACP, but for the Army community in general. Like, you have several very important positions in SIPA, and you work with SIPAM and the merge thing.
Right.
So I think that it is a well deserved.
Yeah, I'm definitely ready to be retired. Yeah.
Yeah. But well, I'm glad that you're sure about your decision and you feel happy about what you're doing.
Yeah, I think this is a fitting end more so than where I left off in January. I think this is just this is the right moment to call it quits.
Mm-hmm.
In like
All right.
all the time that you spent as like either high command now or commander in chief or even like your vice president in CPA?
SIPA.
Yes.
Yeah. What would have been like some of your highlights from just your time?
Like achievements and like defining moments and things like that.
Achievements, just memorable moments, but like not
all right, so
like new gen stuff, not like old stuff. I don't
here
want
we
to
go.
hear the
All
old
right.
stuff.
So I actually don't have any achievements in the old stuff anyway. I was kind of
Vibing.
a child. Empire. Max said the Army of CP Empire. Anyway. So coming into ACP, I got fourth in command, which already was higher than anything I ever had in armies at that point, except for if you count Mapia, which I was third in command. But coming in for fourth in command in ACP, that was the highest position I'd ever had. So that was already in itself an achievement for me. That was already the start of something cool for me. That was pretty much a highlight in my life at that point, which I didn't foresee all this happening at all. But from that position, about a month later, I was able to become the leader of the army. And that was already an achievement for me. I'd say that was already a highlighting point because ACP was my home all so many years. Just always gave me a place to be and stay and belong. And so from there, just a little bit of the things we did while I was leader. We did 3 wars. We did RFCP. No, we didn't. We did People's Imperial Confederation. We did shout out to City 9. That war was fun for me at least. I'm sure it wasn't as good of an experience for you. We did Templars twice, and those were the 3 wars. So we won all of those uncontested and undefeated. We never lost a battle in any of them. We got to the finals of the November to Remember tournament, which we were ultimately smacked by Ulti Penguin J and his RPF at the time. And then the next month, we faced the RPF in the holiday finals, which we won graciously, cementing ACP's first major tournament victory since 2011 and first real tournament victory since 2014. We also climbed the top of the top 10 quite a few times, I believe around 4 or 5 times. We got to the first position. Not going to say if it was truly an ACP effort or just whoever was on Blizzard at the time. We had events. Not going to, you know what I'm saying. But we were able to get there, and it was a great moment for us, and it was a defining moment for not only me, but ACP as well. And most of these are not achievements that I'm proud of or credit myself for. This is all achievements that go under the ACP name and under the ACP history and banner. This is something that we all can celebrate and we all can claim we had a part in. Even if you weren't here, I mean, this is still your history. So on the Army side of things, the community-wide, I didn't really do a lot. I have important positions, but I didn't really do a lot. I had executive producer in CPAM when it first opened. I was one of the founders there. I held sort of an importance in the merge with CPAL and CPAM. And now I'm a vice president in CP Army Hub where I do nothing. So that was fun.
Wow, how inspiring.
It's pretty cool that you share with us your history because, okay, all the things that you have done for ACP because you got the ACP Legend title just because of those things.
right?
And it's like, wow, you know.
The ACP Legend title is something very prestigious to me. It's something I've looked up to all these years of being an ACP, coming back every summer, just to kind of see the new faces and see the familiar old ones, and just have fun with my friends over the summer and belong and have this brotherhood and this sistership. I guess I don't know, but coming back every summer and seeing my friends and making new ones, that was always something I looked up to, and aspired the legends for being able to create those moments and environments. So yeah, like Purple Slime 4, Flip Moo, the Triumvirate, also, despite their untimely and unfortunate ending, they were someone I looked up to in that time before everything kind of came out about them. So yeah, just looking up to those guys. That's a position that I really put a lot of trust into and a lot of prestige on. Another title would be the CPA Legend title. That's something not many people get. Basically, you get it for going above and beyond in the community and making and breaking records, making history, basically, kind of being a part of that year's history. I was fortunate enough to be a 2019 legend, which basically I got for something I technically did in 2020, but we're not going to comment on that. That's DMT's fault. Um, that's DMT's fault for it being in 2020. Um, but I was able to get a 2019 Legend status, which I still, and you can tell everyone this, I don't think that the CPA Legend title holds as much importance to me or is valuable more than the ACP Legend title. I think the ACP Legend title is still the most prestigious title I have.
So you talked about like coming back every summer. Are you gonna keep doing that, or are you just like calling it quits, going
Well, I mean, it's different,
lack?
when you come back every summer when you're 11 and 12 and 13 and so on. But when you're 18 and you're going to college, it's not exactly something I intend to do. If the only reason I ever foresee myself coming back is if ACP really needs it. If we can benefit much more than we can lose for me coming back, I'll do it. Just because this is my home, this is the place that I pour my everything into and want to give my all for, then yeah, I'll come back and do that. But it's nothing I foresee myself ever having to do or wanting to do.
All right, fair enough.
And okay, what if you had to advise the new troops or everyone that it is rising on the ranks currently? What would you say to them?
To all the troops and everyone rising the ranks currently, this place is a home, man. Like they call it an army. They say it's an army. This place is a home. This place, when I was a child, my summers, I really didn't have too many friends to be hanging out with. I kind of felt like I didn't belong anywhere. There was a lot of things going on at home in my childhood, and I came, and this was a place for me to belong. Yeah, so always make sure that you're extending that same love and that same reach to everyone around you. No matter what the Army side of things is doing, no matter if we're first or last, make sure you're still extending that companionship, that friendship, that love to everyone around you. Make sure this is a home for people to belong in, and someone that's rising the ranks right now. You definitely will certainly have more influence in that department as you rise up the ranks. So just make sure you're keeping the environment a great one to be in. Make sure you're giving this place a lot of respect, and you're giving all the people in it respect as well.
Well, I mean, yeah, you're right.
Well,
ACP is something else.
we
Yeah.
love
I don't know.
coffee.
It doesn't matter the amount of time that you have been here that to realize that this is more than an army. And many
Yeah, and
people call ACP a family, but they don't. They call armies their family and stuff. But I mean, it's not the same feeling as ACP.
Yeah,
So,
it's really, it doesn't matter. it doesn't matter when you were in ACP or who you were in it with. There's such a great network of veterans, man, that they will extend that homely and loving feelings to you. Like, it doesn't matter when you were in this army or not. Like, I swear there are veterans who will make you feel like your family, even if you never served. It's crazy.
It honestly is. Like, you can have vets from, like, what, 2008, and then you can have vets from, like, 2011.
Yeah, it's Shab, and they never even were in the army together, but they're still close. They're still respectful to each other. They don't undermine the achievements of that generation. It's just a family, man. It's a big, large family.
And about all of this, all of ACP, what do you think you're gonna miss the most about?
I'm definitely gonna miss coming and talking to these people every day. I've definitely made a lot of friends and a lot of relationships out of this army experience, but I'm gonna miss the most. I'm just gonna miss the people here, man. Just and I'm not gonna like leave entirely and just forget about you guys, but it's definitely not gonna be as big of an importance in my life every day as it has been. So what I'm gonna miss the most is just everyone in the chat.
That's deep.
Just chat.
I'm just gonna miss chat. Yeah.
I mean, chat's the best.
Chat is the best. Just, like,
Chat is
anytime,
the best.
no matter where you are, what time zone, it's just like, you need somebody to talk to, you can pop in, and there's just chat there, and there's always somebody to talk to. Always a friendly face. Like, I've been up at 3 a.m. because I was at an airport, and I had people to talk to. They weren't people I usually talk to because it was 3 a.m.
We
But
have had so much work put into chat to make it this much of a good experience. We have put so much effort and time into making this chat good. Like, shout outs to Real Oliver 9912. Oliver is the reason our chat is such an inclusive and safe environment. Like, that guy pushed us to our limits, and then even when we thought the limits were like done, he pushed them even further. So that guy is really the reason for a lot of the things we have in chat today.
just a quick announcement for any of you guys looking for Rockhopper at this moment for their background. He's on Marshmallow at the Migrator.
Pog, I'm getting one.
And I mean, like, Koloway is also gonna be on.
All right, thank you, Chicken. Thank you. So, Koloway, do you have any goals that you want to see ACP accomplish, like in the future, or?
I'd really love to
I
see
mean,
ACP. I'd really love to see them get back as number one in the top 10. I'd like to see that happen again. I think it's not too far to reach. I think it can still happen. We're definitely a little bit smaller than we have been in the past right now, but this is natural. The thing that separates the current leadership from me is when these lulls happen, they don't throw caution in the wind and freak out and give up. They know that the slow periods is a part of this. So I'd love to see ACP get back on top of the community and perhaps even win another tournament this Christmas.
Oh yeah, that would be amazing.
Once all the summer armies are gone.
Yeah, once all the summer armies are gone, ACP's still going to be here. We're not a gimmick or a fad. We have stood the test of time for 14 years almost.
Wait, are we in summer right now?
What?
Are we in summer right now?
Yes, technically this is summer, yeah.
Oh. Okay. All right. And continuing, would you like to say anything else about this interview part?
If you guys don't mind, I'll ask like the chat if they have any questions. Like they've been talking to me, but I haven't been reading it, obviously. But if they have anything like important they want to say, I'll read it. What's my favorite color? Black. That wasn't the right answer. Green. I meant to say green, guys. I'm sorry.
He's fake. He's
Okay,
fake.
talking about favorite color, this may be pretty like, but my favorite color is orange. So
Orange?
yeah.
Oh no.
Orange, yeah, it is correct.
Yeti is fake. He's actually a DCP spy.
No.
Am I a dragon? No. How did I feel once I joined ACP? Man, the first time I joined, I had no idea what the hell I was doing. It was such a learning curve and it was a different army back then, 11 years ago, man. When I first joined in 2009, it was different.
Who was the leader?
Who was the leader? Boomer 20. There was no there was no tactics or events or like a lot of this stuff was not as organized. We were just logging on for an hour and throwing snowballs to the other team until they logged off. Yes, I like cows. If I could change one thing I decided to do, what would it be? Retire.
Wait, retire when though? Like now or
January.
like January? Well,
I would have
February.
stuck around for a little bit longer, having seen what came out of that. I would have definitely prepared the future leadership a little bit more.
That was a mess. But we're not getting into it ever
Tongue
again.
I'll read your question. 1 second. How can I become leader quick? Join when ACP first opens, and then have the leader go missing, quote unquote, for no
Months.
reason. I did not have him killed. That was not me. I didn't do it.
No, Koloway had him killed and then faked him coming back because then he left again. It was just Koloway all along.
Am I ever going to teach you how to do the same? No, I'm not. I did not Epstein chain pro.
And if you had to like remember sometimes some funny, like pretty funny times, like the meatloaf story that we were talking the other day. Meatloaf. What will be some of them?
There's definitely been a lot of funny moments. There was one time there was an image going around of like socks, and it said "whack." You had been hit by Chain Pro stinky socks, and that was a bit of a meme. There was an HCOM meme from when we first opened. Let me look and relax. It's got the F word in it, but
the tap emote.
Tap emote, that was a good one. This picture, we sent this in HCOM all the time, especially when RFCP first decided to pursue war with us. Because we had been open a week, right? So we just sent this to each other all the time, and that was it. Like, we were so scared. But that was a good one. The bra moment emote, I don't know if it's still here. Certified bra moment. That was one of the original ones.
Oh,
okay, cool. What is the story behind Man Koloway?
Man Koloway. Okay, so me and McHappy, when I first became leader, we would talk for hours and just try and bond and become a closer friendship more than a leadership, so that we could work so well together. I don't know if this is something CSY and McHappy have done. It doesn't seem like it, but me and McHappy definitely spent a lot of time together as friends outside of leadership, and that's why we merged so well. So I beat him at Mancala 9-39. Like, that is a.
Oh, that emote. That emote. I deleted that emote.
I'm 18 years old.
18.
Do you remember back when we were after the holiday championships and we won, we were doing the after party, and do you remember when Rock Hopper came on?
For the after part of the holiday championships?
Yeah.
No, man, I was probably off the computer at that point.
No, you were on, because it was an event. We were having an after party event, and you were eating meatloaf.
Yeah, that's a meatloaf story.
Yeah, that's the meatloaf meme. It was a good time.
So
the Rock Hopper said, "What is?"
He said, "R, what's this about meatloaf?"
If you guys have any more questions about anything, say it now, because I want to recount the holiday championships and the build up to it, because that's a pretty fun story.
Y'all have about
more story, guys.
9-7 seconds to get your questions in.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I said
7.
minus.
Right. So here's what's going to happen. I'm going to start with the week build up. I'm going to go on the website and look.
Okay, so resend
I'll
them
answer
fast.
them. You can DM them to me, Pink Fury, and I'll DM you the answers as soon as I can. I'm just gonna move on for the sake of time. So building up to the holiday championships, we were also building up for the number one spot in the top 10. We were also building up in recruiting efforts and terms. So we were having about 4 events a day. And if you don't understand, like that was rough on me because I was leading 3 of them and CSY was leading 1 of them each day. So I would
Wow.
go to sleep around 8 a.m. when CSY would log on to do Aja. I would go to sleep. Then I'd wake up around 1 and I'd stay up till 8 a.m. the next day to lead all those events down. So every day I was waking up at 1, doing Club Penguin till 8 in the morning and going to bed. And I did this for 2 weeks. I would wake up. After about a week, I started to wake up. I would go to the bathroom and puke, and I would get online and do Club Penguin. This is just, we had 4 HCOM members. 2 of them were not as good. One of them was CSY. And we had Lucy too. Lucy was there as well. So I had 5. I don't even know how many I had. God, I had a lot. Or not a lot. It's so weird. History is so weird. We had stuff like that. So I would wake up and I would do the events and I would get ready and recruit and train everybody and get the mods working together. And then we would just focus on the next issue, and we kept building up because we knew we had to face Help Force. So we faced Help Force in the semifinals. We had built up to it. I led 1 room. We won that room. I let CSY lead a room because he'd been asking me to, and we tied that room. No, we didn't tie that room. We lost that room. We lost the room CSY led. We tied the 3rd room. So we won 1, lost 1, and tied 1. So we had to do an overtime room, which was the first time ACP had ever done an overtime. So we were text leading, and I heard about the overtime, and I called everyone into the voice chat. And we hadn't done this before. This was our first time doing this. I called everyone into the voice chat, and I said, get on. We're doing tactics on voice chat. And so, God, we went so fast. We did 10 tactics for every one they did. We did 13 minutes of tactics just to be sure that we couldn't lose. We were so hungry to win. We were ready to take that finals. So we ended up winning the overtime room by a landslide, and that put us in the finals the very next day. There wasn't a week between the finals and the semis. There was 1 day. It was the next day.
Way better.
So we
That's way better.
We maxed 45 on the semifinals. And so then I started going to vet channels. I started asking people to bring their real life friends. I went to the gay CP server. I went to everyone who ever had anything to do with ACP, and I brought them back from literally the dead to play Club Penguin. And we ended up winning with a max of 65. So we fought RPF, and it was really fun. The judges were so conflicted on the battle that it took them 2 hours to decide the results.
That was the longest 2 hours in the world.
We did trivia, we listened to music, we did everything. We played the chorale of ACP, we did everything. Waiting on those results, and about pretty much all the members stayed. We had about 40 on voice chat after 2 hours instead of 60, which we led the event in voice chat. So yeah, that was a lot of fun doing that and having that experience with everyone, because you should have seen the energy. The energy in that chat that day is still something I have not seen since that day. Since January 5th, I have not seen that energy come into ACP, and I'd love to see that again someday, to be honest. Just takes a lot of work and a lot of dedication to get there.
We gotta push for it.
Yep.
Dude, people so amazed that you're retiring. I mean,
I'm ready for it. It's been a long time coming.
Okay, so we're at about 30 minutes. So is there any last things either of you want to say? Nachos are dead. Fight the good fight, RPF. Thank you, Bishar's dad. Thank you. Yeti, anything for you? From you?
Oh yeah, something pretty important. So, uh, 3 p.m. EST, we have Koloway's retirement event.
Right.
Be sure to react in #bands and come.
Yes.
It's pretty important.
Do not miss it. It is once in a lifetime, although it's the second one.
Okay, the first one I wasn't even there. They didn't even ask when I could attend. They just scheduled it. Here I was in goddamn physics class while my freaking ACP was having a retirement event for me.
Okay, there was that, and then you also scheduled another one for that weekend, and then you canceled it. So excuses.
Okay, that was because of internal conflict.
Excuses.
Okay, I think we're done here. One final statement from me. I'm leaving after this. Defend freedom, preserve this ass. Thank you. Goodbye.
Okay.
Whoa, he did.
And he left.
He's back. Or no? Oh yeah, he left.
Well, now that he's gone, make sure to react in events. Come to the Koloway retirement event if you can. Otherwise, if you're watching this after the event, just check events because there's probably events that day, and if there's not, it's break day and there's games. So enjoy the games. Welcome back, Koloway.
Hold bugs.
Okay, Koloway, one last request. Say hold bugs.
Hold bugs.
He did.
Perfect. Thank you.
Round of applause, everybody. Round of applause.
Round of applause. Perfect.
Is it over?
Yeah. Can you say bye?
Yeah.
Goodbye. All right, is it over?
Bye.
Bye.